Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Breath Livestream, where we start our day with coherence. I'm your host, Jeremy Tunnell, systems designer and coherence coach. Week 14, day 66 of our 14-week journey entitled The Path of Personal Transformation. Today, Monday, marks the beginning of our final week, and this is not an ending. It is a beginning. It is a commission. I chose to focus 14 weeks of transformation because we think that these sort of practices, transformation and change, need to happen when things happen to us, when circumstances arise, or when we end up in a challenging situation. I hope by the end of this 14-week practice that you've come to understand that transformation through the lens of a systems designer is a tool in which they transform themselves. They transform the world around them through the transformation of themselves. That's the key. That's the secret to changing the world. If you're frustrated, if you're disappointed, if you're angry, if you're stressed out about the way that the world works and how it doesn't seem to work for you, then the secret to transforming that world is within you. It is the transformation of yourself, not as a single event, but as an ongoing practice through coherence tools such as self-reflection, self-awareness, self-regulation, and ongoing self-inquiry. That's what we've spent the past 14 weeks practicing. And this is about moving it out of the daily morning practice and into your everyday lives. This is about moving it beyond the pages of the journal and into your interactions with other people. Transformation cannot be simply something that happens to you. It has to become something that you grow from within. We're living in a time in which how you choose to participate is going to determine not only the quality of your life, but the quality of what you leave behind. We have to begin thinking about our lives as more than just a vessel in which we can consume the world around us. And the world is more than happy to oblige. The proliferation of screens has only propagated this deceptive falsehood that our job in life is to toil in some sort of a 9-to-5 and then consume. But there's so much more to this world. There's so much more to this life. And it's so vitally important that at least a small group of people, this invitation goes out to a small group to become more than just a tool to gather data from, more than just consuming our way into becoming the product itself. We've got to become the designers. And as we learn to do that within our own lives, we learn to do that within the world around us collectively. That's the secret to this entire path of personal transformation. Going forward, we're going to continue with examining coherence practices, and we're going to continue with our morning breath, our 5 minutes of breath work that we do every day with a little bit of wisdom teaching. I'd like to go deeper. I'd like to be able to take that small group of practitioners and develop something, build something, create something together, design something that can begin to ripple out into the world around us. Are you one of those people? There is a world around us being constructed that does not require your participation. And in fact, you're not even invited to participate. You're invited to consume, to become the product. I'm inviting you to become the designer, but you can't do it without daily practice, without discipline, and without trying to make it happen. It's not easy. It's not easy. For 14 weeks, I've gotten up at 4:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, sat down, I've gone through my scripts, and then I turned the camera on at 5:30. And I'm not on script today. I wrote one, but as I was going through it this morning, wanted to come out and start this week as sincere as possible without overdoing it. And my temptation is to push harder into the warning that I feel growing all around us. But I also don't think that's going to be helpful. I think that's going to feed fear and anxiety. And I'm not here to try and tell you what to think and what to see. The goal is to provide the tools so that you can see it for yourself. I actually have a name for these tools, which I have not used throughout this 14-week journey. I call them Zoetics. The word Zoe, Z-O-E, is Greek for life. And so Zoetics is a practice of being in relationship with life, with all that life is around us. So I suppose today, what I'd like you to do, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the world is in bloom. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're moving into the long night of winter sleep through fall. I'd like you to sit with a flower today. Don't pick it. Find a blooming tree or dandelion. It doesn't matter. But I'd like you to sit. I'd like you to be outside, rain or shine. Wear a coat, dress appropriately. Begin your breath in through your nose for about 5 or 6 seconds, out through your mouth. Feel the rain or the sun or the wind on your face. Be in that moment and then focus on that flower. It's blooming into existence. Focus on that fern as it spirals out into existence. That's you. You are of that system. That is ultimately the system that all life is coming from. And the human system that we've constructed within it, this tiny speck of sand that exists within this massive universal system, it is a blink of an eye. You're greater than that. You're more than that. Realize that you are life and it is abundant and all around you. And then learn and lean into how to practice that life. That's Zoetics. Going forward, what I would like to create is a group of practitioners who are building, designing, growing, spiraling awareness, breath, attention. And in a world of distraction, they have to be complemented by discipline and boundaries. And these don't have to be and should not be rigid things, forcing life into a jar, but they should be understood. They should be respected so that you can know and learn how to construct them for yourself. Let's go ahead and move into some breath practice this morning. So let's find a comfortable seat. Shimmy your hips and roll your shoulders. Let's take an inhale through our nose, exhale through our breath. Drop your shoulders, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale for about 6 seconds. Exhale for about 6. Again, maintain your breath. Place your hand over your heart. And let's begin an expanding gratitude list as we maintain our breath. I am thankful for the day. I am thankful for the sunrise. I'm thankful for the birds chirping outside. I am thankful for the opportunities today brings. Expand that gratitude out. Maintain your breath and your gratitude for the next few minutes. If you get distracted, come back to your breath and your gratitude. Let's take an inhale in through our nose. Exhale through your mouth. Come back into the space. This week is going to be about moving forward and moving out. If this resonates with you, let's continue with this practice together. I'll see you tomorrow. Take a breath.